Real Scene TV is brought to you by Top Shelf Productions.
Tonight on Real Scene TV, we bring you exclusive coverage of the Independence Festival and a one-on-one interview with Panic at the Disco.
I've been a fan for a long time, and I have to say I've done a lot of karaokeing to your songs.
Oh, that's brilliant. Nothing makes me happier than people singing karaoke drunkenly in bars.
Not in the afternoon. I know it just because I karaoke it so many times.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah. That is a huge gesture. Thank you.
Do you want to try to karaoke right now?
Is it? Nope.
Nailed it. That was fantastic. That was fantastic.
Can you imagine?
That's an exclusive right there.
We're talking music and cars at Flamology.
12 years ago, we started a little car show, 200 cars, and from there it's grown to this, to our 12th annual, just over 1,200 cars entered this year.
Plus, Adam and Seth Catron are back with this week's Real Tips. We learn more about the Indianapolis Neighborhood Housing Partnership.
One of the best things about INHP is if you maybe are thinking about it, you don't know if you qualify for a mortgage, you don't even know if homeownership is right for you, we're like a safe place to start.
And we're here at the Southside Harley-Davidson, raising money for kids.
Plus, we'll take you inside the Loud for Christ concert. Don't go anywhere.
Equipment for RSTV provided in part by Roberts Everything Photo, Everything Imaging.
Closed captioning for Real Scene TV provided by the Story Foundation, making dreams come true.
It only takes one person to make a difference. When Dr. Scott Littner was diagnosed with cancer, he vowed if he survived to his 50th birthday, he'd throw a huge party with friends to celebrate a second chance at life. Well, that vow turned into a concert with an estimated $50,000 raised, and 100% of those proceeds going to help other patients facing the financial burdens associated with cancer. Alex takes us inside the 3rd annual Independence Day concert for cancer.
They're so excited they're going to sing.
The fear of falling apart. Oh, 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 oh. The fear of falling apart. Oh, 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 oh.
I was diagnosed with cancer in 1999, and I was told at that point I would have 8 to 12 years to live. I was 37, so I thought if I make it to 50, I'm going to have a big event. Really for my friends, it was going to be get some kegs of beer and just find an empty field and have a party. And as I got closer to 50, it really turned into I wanted to give back to all the people that have helped me, all the other people that struggle with cancer and their families. 100% of the money that's raised today goes to patients and their families that have cancer. It's not for research. It is direct patient funds.
And that's one thing I love about your foundation, that it goes right to the people. So this is your first year here, right?
Yes, this is our first year, yeah.
How did you guys get hooked up to this event?
I broke both my knees doing a front flip off the Vogue stage and met Dr. Littner doing an MRI, and he said we should play this.
That's the way you risk your life to play this.
So everybody's telling me to break a leg, and I'm like, I already broke 2 just again.
I'm here with Berseria, and they're one of the bands playing for Independence. Guys, this is exciting. One of the 4 local bands playing. How did you guys get hooked up with this?
We were contacted by Ben Cannon from Shine, and he let us know that they were booking for it, asked if we were interested, and of course we were. So yeah, it just kind of fell into our laps, and super excited to be here.
So what is next for you guys? Are you making a new album, recording? What are you guys doing?
Our album is actually done. It's being released on the 11th of August. We have a single out now, Weston Kids, and a bunch of touring coming up at the top of the, when do we go out? October? October. Yeah.
Are you coming back here?
I think so, yeah.
Thank you for meeting with us.
Oh,
this
yeah.
is Brendan. If you didn't know,
Hello, guys.
I mean, get with the now, right?
Guys, get with the program.
And you're here to perform. You're the headliners today at the Independence Day Festival. It's a big deal. We're raising money for charity and cancer. And have you ever been affected with, or know someone that has been affected with cancer?
Yeah, of course. I had an uncle pass just over a decade ago from lung cancer, and my mom also was diagnosed with breast cancer about 8 years ago. But she's, an incredible woman and has done so good. So yeah, of course, my heart is 100% in support of cancer research and funding. Yeah.
We got 10,000 people here today. We'll probably go home with $100,000 this year.
What's the charity that's going to?
Usually we split it in two, and we'll do that again this year. St. Francis has a bone marrow transplant patient assistance fund, which is it's exactly what the Lintner Foundation is. The money goes to help unpaid needs that cancer patients have and their families have. We've really helped to finance. They have 4 apartments for people to stay in from out of town, and we've really helped to pay for those. And then the other charity will be the Leukemia Lymphoma Society, which obviously is kind of near and dear to my heart since that's what I had was leukemia. So, and they do a lot of direct patient education and assistance.
Thank you, Lintner Foundation.
To learn more about the Lintner Foundation, visit them online. Speaking of support for the community, Trooper Pat Bartram loved to take his kids shopping at the annual Shop with a Cop event. After his untimely death in 1998, his family started a memorial foundation to help more fallen families in need. Terrell takes us to the Trooper Bartram Memorial Ride, where people came out to celebrate his legacy while raising money for the annual Trooper Bartram Christmas for Kids.
We're grateful to you to be able to continue the spirit of Pat Bartram and his incredible love for children and their families.
This is the Trooper Bartram Memorial Ride, and every year Helping Hands for Freedom and Trooper Bartram team up, and we do a program for kids for Christmas. When Trooper Bartram got killed in 1998, his legacy is he always wanted to help children. And so because of his kindness, they've helped over 1,500 children since he's been killed in the line of duty for the Indiana State Police.
We're here at the Southside Harley-Davidson, and I'm here with Sandy, and I'm asking her what is the connection between Harley-Davidson and the Memorial Ride.
We came on board a couple years ago with the Trooper Bartram Ride as a starting point for their ride here, and Indianapolis Southside Davidson will be 68 years old in October, and we have been doing charity rides since we moved to our new facility, so we had more room since about almost 17 years ago.
So with this event, it attracts people from all over to take the ride from here to Edinburgh?
Yes, the ride leaves here. The route goes back to the west and down by where Trooper Bartram was killed in the line of duty on State Road 144 in Morgan County. Okay. There, Trooper Dustin Starnes will be sitting and to meet those riders coming through, and which is kind of special for us because just a few days ago was the anniversary of Trooper Starnes' father being killed in the line of duty, who was Dan Starnes, was a Morgan County Sheriff's deputy. So that means a lot to us that Dustin comes out as a survivor also and helps us out with our ride.
Okay, I'm here talking to one of the officers who did Christmas for Kids last year, and I just kind of wanted him to introduce himself and explain to me the experience that he took on last year.
My name is Sergeant Tony DeLello with the Indiana State Police SWAT team. And last December, we had a very humbling experience. The fundraiser we're here for today provided the money that we could take 100-plus kids to Walmart down on the south side and get them some gifts and some clothes and some needed items that they might not normally get through a Christmas program.
So tell me exactly how Helping Hands for Freedom actually crosses over and helps with Christmas for Kids.
Well, last year we partnered up. For years, I've ran Shop with a Cop and different programs throughout Indiana. And since I've taken this new position, I didn't have that opportunity to do that anymore. And it's something I missed. I missed helping people. I missed making a difference. And so Trooper Bartram Memorial Foundation started the Trooper Bartram Christmas for Kids, and they weren't big enough to stand alone on their own yet, so we partnered with them, and we did 109 children last year at the Walmart in Canby, and it was our first year together, just the two of us. So our whole thing is, it's not a handout, it's a hand up. And you know, my mom always said, the only time you should look down on someone is if you're reaching down to pick them up.
To donate or buy a t-shirt in support of the Trooper Bartram Memorial Fund, visit them online. Coming up next on Real Scene TV, we take you inside the Loud for Christ concert, plus the 12th annual Slamology Car Show. Don't go anywhere. Each episode, we bring you stories from our partners at the Indianapolis Recorder newspaper. Here's Ebony Chappelle with this week's Recorder Minute.
Hello, my name is Ebony Chappelle, a writer with the Indianapolis Recorder newspaper, Indiana's greatest weekly, here with this week's Recorder Report. It's July in Indianapolis, and you know what that means. Yes, ladies and gents, it's time to order your recorder. For the entire month of July, we are running a subscription special as a thank you to all our loyal supporters. Call 317-924-5143 for more info. In this week's issue of the Recorder, it's all about summer happenings. We've got a quintessential summer concert and event listing, a photographic glimpse into Indy's past titled Vintage Black Summer, and much more. So definitely be sure to grab a copy and check that out. Also debuting this month is Talk Back Thursday. Do you have a thought that you were just dying to get off your chest? Well, we want to hear all about it. Join us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter every Thursday to let your voice be heard. The best comments may even get a shout out in the paper. Well, my time is just about up here, but that does not mean the fun has to end. Connect with us online at IndianapolisRecorder.com.
Pastor Lamont Stokes' mission is to show God's love to all, especially today's youth. And what better way than through music? Christ-Like Radio and Indy's own Ty Scott Loud teamed up for the Loud for Christ concert. Take a look.
But when you've been through everything that I've been through, man, you gonna go hard for the Lord, you hear me? Man, there was times I was about to lose my mind, man, you hear me? There was times, man, I was supposed to be dead, sleeping in my grave, you hear me? So it made me mad when I hear these dudes, man, glorifying what they doing and how they smoking wet and telling the kids to do this, do that, and they don't know nothing about that, you hear me? I almost got shot, and you bragging about totally smoking.
I seen Ty Scott Loud probably a year ago, and I found out they was from here. The label was here. Blew me away. I'm like, wow, I didn't know it was a label here. So I went and searched for Bishop Leonard Scott. Got in contact with him, told him about what I like to do, what I can do, and everything just came from there.
People thought I was innocent and I do no wrong. I'm standing here today to tell you that that's not my song. My story's probably a little different than you thought it was, but it's all in today because my Savior loves.
I've been in shows and people have come up to me and said they're ready to commit suicide had not what they heard me say to them through this music, this gospel rap that I do.
Can't deny that. But when we cross paths, it's a blind trap. We got a situation.
I would honestly say around the age of 17, that's when I actually wanted to go to church, which caused me to pursue God for myself personally. That was my turning point.
So we're soldiers in this genre of music, and I just hope they take away from it a warning, some truth, some hope, just the fact that they're not the only ones going through what they're going through, as well as they can overcome anything that, that they're dealing with, with Christ.
Nobody ever told me that we was living in a fallen world and God was reaching out to us. And that gave me a revelation of wanting to be saved and seeing other people get saved as well. And that's the first time I ever cried out to God like that, was when I was incarcerated.
My grandma used to take that and say, you got some sin on your heart. That's why you're hot. That's why you're hot. It's hot because your windows
Well, I think comedy is an imitation of life. If you live your life in a negative manner with negative actions, so that's the only way you're going to find humor. I try to be positive in anything I do, so that's where I find humor. That's why I express my humor, is through positivity.
A lot of people look at prayer like it's you're just talking. But what I've learned with prayer is an action. you pray, but then you go forth with what you're supposed to do with that prayer. You know, God is not a genie. A lot of people get that confused with, oh, you make a wish and then God just grants the wish. No, God is not a genie. You got to put work into that prayer.
To learn more about the artists you saw here, as well as Pastor Stokes' projects, including his show, The Zone, visit SoChristlike.com. Coming up next, we take you to the 12th Annual Slamology Car and Music Festival, the Indianapolis Neighborhood Housing Partnership's annual Apple Pie on the Circle event, plus real tips with Adam and Seth. We'll be right back.
You're watching Real Scene TV. We are Bleeding Keys.
Over the last decade, Slamology has been a staple for car and music enthusiasts in Indy. Even our own staff got super car geeked out at this year's event.
I tell you what, why don't you tell me a little bit about it, because this is my first year here. Why don't you tell me a little bit about Slamology?
Well, this is our 12th year, and the way we got started with all this, we produced an internet magazine called GageMagazine.com. We needed a way to connect with our customers. 12 years ago, we started a little car show, 200 cars, and from there it's grown to this, to our 12th annual, just over 1,200 cars entered this year, about 17,000 spectators through the gates. Slamology is about lifestyle. It's not about slammed cars. It's lowriders, mini trucks, hot rods, 4x4s. It's Slamology is a lifestyle. Live music, loud music, low cars, high cars, just everything custom, and that's what Slamology means.
They're not playing.
It's a Thunderbird. Hi, I'm Alex, and I'm here with my friend Rob. We've known each other a very long time. Rob, you actually are the entertainment manager for Slamology. So what does that title mean?
It means I get to produce all of the talent here on the main stage every year for Slamology. The past 12 years since day one, I've put on about 250 local musicians over the last 12 years.
I was walking up the street and I heard something that was great, and I think that everybody needs to hear it. I'm here with my friends at DS18. We're gonna walk around this car and we're gonna turn on some music, and you guys are gonna hear something that makes your ears pop. You can't even hear me talking. I can't even say nothing. You can't hear me. I love it. This is freaking awesome. All right, I'm standing here with Indianapolis Colts player Zach Kerr, and I took a look at his car earlier, and I was I'm just awed by it.
Actually, I didn't really do too much to it. I mean, I got the, the interior's all factory, original. So I got the middle console put in there, new radio, got 6x9s all through the front, 2 12s in the back, 2 6x9s in the back, 22s on it.
I mean, it still has the smell.
The smell. I love it. I love it.
You can't you get rid of that smell, it ain't vintage.
Yeah, it ain't vintage no more. You know what I'm saying?
I personally, if I could, I would chauffeur you in it. So I would just drive you around.
I wouldn't mind that.
You sit in the back and just kind of cheese and chill. And I just drive you around. You wouldn't have to pay me. I would do it for free.
So much Slamology, so little time. For more interviews with the artist and Zach Kerr, go to RealSceneTV.com, click on segments and web exclusives. We always enjoy when brothers Seth and Adam Catron visit us on the show and give you advice on the housing market. Check out this week's Real Tips.
All right, guys, we're back. Adam Catron with FC Tucker, my brother Seth Catron with House Masters. With all the rain and all the water we've had recently, we wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about flooding, rain getting into the home, some things to think about when you're purchasing a home, and some things to do to help keep that house dry as you're living in the home for years to come. So one of the things that I always like to talk to my buyers about is when you're purchasing a home, you can purchase a home with cash or you can do a mortgage. A lot of times if you are purchasing a home with a mortgage, one of the things that you got to look for is the flood insurance. So one of the things that I always talk to my buyers about is how do you remember what your mortgage payment consists of? And there's 4 things there. And you can remember it by PITI, P-I-T-I. That's principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. So pretty much your mortgage is going to stay the same. There's only a few things that can fluctuate that would change that monthly payment for your mortgage. And one of those things is the insurance for the home. FEMA right now has designed some flood maps to include certain homes that are within a certain range or proximity to flood areas or areas that are typical to get flooding. So when you're purchasing a home with a mortgage, that lender is going to require some flood insurance. It basically protects their investment that they are giving you this money to get into the home, and if it should flood, they're protected. So when you are purchasing a home, you really need to check with your insurance provider about the flood insurance. What all does it cover? For the most part, a lot of the times, the flood insurance doesn't cover items in a basement, which is typically where you're going to get most of your water damage. So I always recommend really being thorough with your insurance company. Make sure you know what's covered, and make sure that, you know, if you're getting into that home, that it's going to be affordable for you, because flood insurance can range from $1,000 a year to, I've seen it up to $8,000 a year. After I help you out and find out which mortgage is going to work best for you, get the flood insurance in place, the next step is make an offer on a home and have a home inspector come in and look for signs of past water damage. So I bring my buyer in, Seth comes and does the inspection, then we ask Seth, what are you looking for? How do we know that maybe this basement is good? There aren't any water signs, or how would we know that there has been, you know, past signs of water damage?
Usually I'll start off on the outside, and that will give me a pretty good idea of if there's been water coming into the house. Some of the few things that a home inspector will check is the downspouts and the gutters. A lot of times you're going to be looking at the seams. There could be several seams that on a gutter system can leak. There's a few products out there that you could use to help seal it up. There's some spray stuff. If you go to Lowe's, they've got a whole shelf of things that you could use to seal your gutters. The big one is the downspouts. Now we want to make sure that we're getting the water away from the foundation, and clogged downspouts are going to be one of the #1 things that will cause water to get into the basement or the crawl space.
So again, guys, if you have any questions at all about whether this home requires flood insurance or what type of insurance you need to put on that home, give me a call. I'll walk you through the process. I'll get you that information. And when it comes time to buying that home and getting it inspected, give Housemasters a call, talk to Seth. He'll be able to walk you right through the inspection process and show you if you got anything to be concerned about when it comes to water penetration getting inside the home.
For more real tips with Adam and Seth Catron, go to realsceneTV.com. The Indianapolis Neighborhood Housing Partnership is designed to help you make that transition from renter to buyer. Alex heads down to the Circle for some not-so-clean competition and to learn more about INHP.
I'm here with Rachel. We're on the Circle. Rachel, I'm so excited to see you today. You're with INHP. She's the Director of Marketing with INHP. Rachel, what do we have going on?
Well, today we're handing out apple pies. This is a really fun way to promote home ownership and celebrate it as part of the American dream. So our kind of tagline for the day is, pick up your apple pie, your slice of the American dream.
A lot of people don't know what INHP actually is.
Well, INHP stands for the Indianapolis Neighborhood Housing Partnership. We are a 27-year-old nonprofit, and we exist to help people become homeowners. So we do that through education, advising, and we actually are a lender, so we can help people find the right mortgage. And we partner with about 16 other lenders, so whether it's our loan or someone else's loan, we'll help you find it, assess it, and make sure you make a smart decision for your own homeownership journey. 75% of people don't actually shop for a mortgage. They go to one lender. And if you think about how many pairs of jeans you try on or how many pairs of shoes you try on before you actually buy it, that's amazing that we don't spend more time just understanding the process of home buying before we go down that path. So that's where we're a great place to start. We help you find the right mortgage, we help you get prepared and get educated so you know what you're doing.
There's one more thing, Rachel. I hear there's an apple pie eating contest. I'm in it. Are you in it?
I am not in the apple pie eating contest, but there is an apple pie eating contest. It's at 12:30. I'm very excited to see you wolf down an apple pie. I think last year the winner did it in under 3 minutes.
There's no way I can no.
So, well, you'll have to get your competition on. So it's super fun and it's really gross. But we have plastic and aprons and we can hold your hair back.
You're in the apple pie eating contest.
I am.
And I see that you already ate apple pie.
Yeah, I did this to get my stomach ready. I did a little stretching exercise, kind of that kind of thing. So I got it stretched out. So I'm ready now to imbibe.
JD, come on, you're better than that.
So have you been practicing?
No. How do you practice for a pie eating contest?
I don't know. You sit around and eat an apple pie and time yourself?
One of the the best things about INHP is if you maybe are thinking about it, you don't know if you qualify for a mortgage, you don't even know if homeownership is right for you, we're like a safe place to start.
The best part about being a homeowner is that you have your own backyard. You have somewhere where you can go out and sit with your family and have dinner and not have to worry about other people or somebody's dog running through your yard, something like that. So it's actually really nice just to have that little bit of privacy.
To find lenders, realtors, and more that work with INHP, visit their website at inhp.org. Thank you for watching Real Scene TV. Coming up next time, we talk with actor and musician Jonathan Jackson about touring and the newest season of Nashville on ABC. Plus, we're headed to boot camp with Helping Hands for Freedom. And I sit down with Jared and his daughter Camden to talk about the upcoming event, Cammie's Cause. That's all next time on RSTV. We'll see you then. Okay, go down a little bit. No, other way. Sorry. Okay, yep, okay. No, yeah, we'll do, let's do the web promo, because I think that's the web promo. You don't want to miss Real Scene TV. Okay, ready? Yep. You don't want to miss
Real Scene TV is brought to you by Top Shelf Productions.